Howdy folks, AJ coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer, and today I'm going to introduce a new segment that I'm going to do fairly regularly, and the disclaimer is right here. It's a blatant ripoff of one of my favorite other YouTubers. A lot of you probably know her. Name's Dodge. She goes by Dodger, and she has two channels actually. She has one that's called Press Heart to Continue, which is her gaming channel, which she basically covers gaming news, console, PC, all that stuff. And then she has her casual channel, which she calls Dexterity Bonus. That's the name of that channel. And on that one, she does a segment that she calls Coffee Time with Dodger. And she basically just does a video. She almost one a day, where she's just sitting having coffee and talking to the camera about whatever's going on. And people seem to like it. There's no format to it other than, the subscribers are just having coffee with Dodger and on a daily kind of a thing. So I'm going to blatantly rip off that idea, but giving proper credit, of course, as I just did. But we're going to call it Beer 30 with Greyhawk4x4 is what we're going to call it. And today's beer selection it's a Wasatch Kolob. It is a Kolsch style ale. It's pretty light in color. It's an ale, but it looks more like a lager. But it's tasty, I can tell you that. So, anyway, on today's inaugural Beer 30 video, I thought we'd talk about an issue that's been cropping up for me fairly regularly in recent days, and that is the issue of time management. And I'm interested to see and to hear from you guys on how you guys manage your leisure time. And when I say I've been having trouble with it, is we seem to be bombarded with entertainment choices, and there's so much good stuff out there between gaming and books, movies, TV shows, other pop culture stuff, music, whatever, that I'm actually I find myself a lot of times torn between spending time, dedicating time to one thing versus something else. And most people would say, well, just do what you feel like doing, that, and that's, that's the initial gut reaction is, well, I feel like reading, so I'm gonna go read my book or whatever. But then things, like I belong to a couple, I subscribe to a couple of MMOs, and so what happens there is that you develop a sense of guilt a little bit because you're paying to be a subscriber for something, and then you don't feel like you're dedicating enough time to get your money's worth to continue subscribing, but you don't want to cancel because you enjoy the game. Or in my case, 2 different games. So, so on that side, then you decide, okay, I'm going to put some more time in, I'm going to, dedicate some more time to my character on that game and everything. And then, let's say there was a book that you'd been reading that you really were enjoying, and by the time you get back to it, then you got to go back and read the last chapter that you read because you got to get caught up again because it's been a while and you've kind of forgotten where the story was. So then, and so forth and so on. And then of course you find yourself missing, maybe a couple movies that are out at the theaters that you've been really wanting to see, and before you know it, they're not in the theaters, and then you got to try and catch it, on stream it, or pay-per-view or Redbox it or whatever, And so, maybe somebody out there, somebody else has similar, you know, issues where they feel like they're being torn in too many directions. Because I'm one of those, I want to try and experience everything. I want to read the books that I'm interested. You know, I'd love to. I'll give you an example. I would love to start the Game of Thrones, and there's another quandary. I don't want to watch the show Game of Thrones until I've read the books, because everybody tells me, oh, you got to read the books first before you watch the show. Okay, great. Well, I've got 2 MMOs I play. I got 2 other books I've got on my nightstand that I've already started. There's some movies I'm trying to get caught up on, and of course there's TV shows and stuff that are on, you know, throughout the week that you're. And I work full time. You know, if I was retired, this would be a breeze. I'd have plenty of time to, you know, segregate time to do different things each day. You know, so much time to enjoy some reading, and so much time to go and take a walk outside, and, you know, do whatever. And, you know, but when you work full time, you know, you come home and then you say, okay, I got so many hours before I got to hit the rack again, because I got to get up for work and do it all over again. And there's your quandary. So anyway, that's the topic of this this Beer 30 episode here. And I'd also like to know, for those guys out there that, guys and gals that are of, you know, drinking age, you know, let me know if there's particular beer or whatever that it's regional, that's in your area or whatever that you like. You can ask me if I've tried it. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. And if I haven't heard of it, I'll sure try to get some and give it a shot. So, I know a lot of gamers don't drink beer and stuff. They drink Red Bull and, you know, all that stuff to try and keep their edge. Coffee, whatever. And, but sometimes you just got to have an adult beverage. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that'll do it for this this episode of the inaugural episode of Beer 30 with Greyhawk4x4. But anyway, if there's anything else that you guys would like to talk about, put it in the comments. If you don't like the segment, give me the thumbs down. If you like it, give it the thumbs up. And any feedback is welcome. And until next time, we will catch you guys on the flip side.